fam and we alright, alright. I'm with the homies and we alright. Stacking cheddar and we alright.
Hey, it's Lexi, editor-in-chief of Copyright Magazine, and today we are with Byron and John to talk to you about the Phoenix Sober Festival. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for
Absolutely. So I know you have this event, the Sober Festival, going on August the 7th. Can you tell us a little bit about the Sober Festival?
Yeah, it's kind of a celebration of us, the Phoenix here, being in Milwaukee for a year. We're a national nonprofit, but we've only been in Milwaukee for a year, and we've got a bunch of free sober active programs going on throughout Milwaukee. And we've been doing it for about a year through the pandemic and everything. And now that we're coming through the pandemic, we just want to kind of highlight the volunteers and stuff we've had and really kind of get the word out that this is available for people, because a lot of people went through a lot of stuff during the pandemic, and we want to just give them options to come and hang out. And but this night is really a celebration. It's just going to be a big party, a picnic. We're going to have live music and food and games and people telling their personal stories about the Phoenix.
What was the reason why the Phoenix decided to come to Milwaukee? You're saying it's a national nonprofit. What brought you to the 414?
Well, what happened was I'm a person in recovery myself. And what I did about 12 years ago, I started a recovery basketball program. And so every Tuesday night, people that were in recovery were able to come and play basketball for free over at a church that I rented out. And the Phoenix got word of that program, and they already had a national program going, but they didn't have anything like basketball. They were way out in Colorado. They were doing rock climbing, cycling, and all that stuff. But now they want to get into the city and diversify and bring more people under the tent and give more people the opportunity to work out side by side with people that are in recovery. So basketball is a way for them to get into and reach other communities. And so I brought my basketball program. They hired me. I brought my basketball program and put it under the Phoenix. My basketball program was called Rebound first. So now from Rebound basketball, it's now Phoenix basketball. And we've incorporated other forms of working out. Just because everybody doesn't play basketball, we got yoga, rock climbing, Zumba, cycling, just to bring offer an array of activities that are free of charge.
Wow, free, right? Everything in our society is not free, right? So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Free is key.
Free is key. What is the connection that you see with sobriety and actually physical activity? Because you're talking about a lot of wellness components, right? So why is that kind of the crossover that you decided first with your basketball kind of initiative, and then obviously bringing on more when the Phoenix joined in? What is the connection between the physicality or the wellness components and sobriety?
I would say it's a personal, my personal experience. I think that I was kind of at a low point when I got into recovery, which most people are. And they kind of think that, what am I going to do now? This what I was involved in, whether it was drinking or using or whatever, that was kind of a primary thing. And you kind of forget about some of the things that used to bring you joy, such as playing sports and stuff like that. And right in the middle of in the midst of going through recovery, somebody said, "Hey man, there's a group of sober guys that are playing basketball over here." And I was like, wow, okay, I said, really? I didn't even realize that was, that was something that was going on. And that feeling that I got returning to the basketball court, it really just jump-started my recovery, because I look forward to going to the meetings because I knew we were going to play basketball later. And it just kind of built a community. We would go out and, have dinner after basketball and stuff like that, all recovering people. And so it became like a network. And I'm friends today with people that I started, playing recovery basketball with, like 12 years ago. We're still close friends.
That's amazing. And so you're talking about this sense of community and you're talking about sobriety. I know oftentimes people tend to think that in order to be communal, you have to do things like go out to drink, and, maybe doing recreational drugs, any of those things. So, what would you say to that kind of narrative and about the amount of fun and community that you have and camaraderie that you have together, even without those substances?
I will say that, the Phoenix, we really exist to kind of break that stigma. It's a stigma attached to people that are in recovery. Like, we don't have fun. We all go in the back door. We go down in the basement of these churches and we have these meetings, and we don't go celebrate the Bucks. We don't go to the game, and we do all of that. We work. We do that. We raise families. We play ball. We just don't drink after we get done or doing or any of it. So it really just kind of like, that's part of our thing, is to get people active and also erase the stigma. So I really wear my shirts, Phoenix, whenever we out, we're playing volleyball at the beach, whatever, we just put it out there. Hey, you all could have a team that's over there drinking White Claw or whatever, but that's not what we choose to do. But we don't really run and hide. We go out and we participate in Milwaukee just like everybody else.
That's good. That's amazing. So, John, I know there is going to be a music component at this festival. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like Byron was saying, he used to have the basketball nights, and I used to just come play ball. Just like 20 years ago, so it's crazy that everything's coming full circle. Like, it's just weird. But I was coming to his recent stuff he has going on, like basketball, and I'm going bike ride next Thursday, Byron. I will definitely be there.
It's been hard to get John to do anything else other than basketball, so we're looking forward to seeing him on the bike this Thursday.
I'm coming to do yoga too, so I'm gonna do yoga and that. But we were talking, and I was just like, man, a lot of the Phoenix things, like you said, they're like physical activities, and I'm on the management team for Vincent Van Great, and we do a lot of curating behind the scenes for different events and things. So I just came to him like, man, maybe we should bring all these like-minded people into a different element, like, because music, normally you have to go into a bar, or like you said, you have to go into some type of atmosphere where, things may be tempting to people who haven't been, on that trail for a long time. But like this one was like out of left park. Like, we just talked about it one day, talked about it again, and then it just smack. All right, here it is, a sober festival. People can come enjoy, don't have to worry about the pressures of, I don't have a drink in my, you know how it is. Like, they feel like they gotta have some in their hand the whole time. Like, it's like, you don't gotta have that feeling. It's like a totally. And another thing, like he said, like across the street is Black Husky. So he's like, they're not hiding from, the elements. You know what I mean? They want to be able to enjoy the same things everybody else enjoy without having to worry about, running and hiding from temptation and stuff.
Absolutely.
But as far as the musical part. Sorry, we got Vincent Van Great headlining. We have Bryce III performing, who is from Detroit. He's a motivational speaker, among many other things. And then Sam, I don't have Sam's last name,
Sam McCullough. Yeah. He's a local artist as well.
Yeah, guitar acoustic guy. So it's gonna be a pretty mellow night. You already know what Vince does, so it's gonna be a pretty jazzy, mellow night. And he's performing for the first time in a year because of the pandemic. So a lot of these guys are getting out here, and it's time to get out here and open up a little bit more, since we're, like you said, coming out of the Corona phase or whatever it is.
That's John's area of expertise, putting the music together, and so I'm really excited. I never have put on anything that involved music, and it's great to have John, who really is like, he's like an ally to our program. He just comes and supports the guys. They look for him coming every week, and they don't ask him, does he drink? They don't even come up. It's just he's
right.
An ally. And that's one of the things that opens the door for a lot of other people who may be uncomfortable. We say, hey, if you got a brother or a friend that you want to bring that's not, not in recovery, bring them along. We don't shut the door on on our allies that are helping out. So that's really, John is really like an ally of mine. That's coming.
Yeah, Definitely. I think it's an amazing idea too, especially because Milwaukee, especially in the summertime, is festival central.
Yes.
And it's festival central, but most of our festivals, because of the history of our city, is dominated by consumption of alcohol and all this other stuff. So I think this is a great opportunity to combine like the culture of our city with something that is, you know, open for people who have a divergent lifestyle, which is just not using those things and partaking and still having fun. So I think that's amazing. And I think obviously with the music component, which like you said, John is the expert, I think it's going to make it even liver and have people who are allies want to come out and also enjoy what you got going on. Yeah. So where is this going to be located?
It's going to be at Garden Park, which is on the corner of Locust and Bremen Street on East Locust and Bremen. And it's connected to Black Husky, which happens to be a bar, but they're very in tune with us, and they've offered to give us power and let us use their garbage receptacle. I mean, they've been like a partner in this because
if someone comes out and has never, well, obviously this is the first time we're doing this, and has never been to the Phoenix, how would, you know, they kind of learn more about what you guys do and, you know, stay in tune with what you guys have going on?
We have 2 Facebook pages on, and where we put our schedule on, and we take pictures every time we play basketball. John will know this, that we take pictures of us playing and stuff like that to kind of generate, you know, people, I want to do that, you know. So we're heavy on Facebook, and also the phoenix.org is where you go and see what we have going on that day. So if you go to the phoenix.org, it'll have our whole schedule on there, and you can sign up for anything that we're doing.
That sounds amazing. Well, Byron, I want to thank you for talking to us. Make sure we get this out here to the community. All right.
Thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate it.
Of course. All right, this is Lexi S. Brunson, editor-in-chief of Copyright Magazine. Make sure you guys get out to the Phoenix Sober Festival, all right? August 7th.
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Turn it up, 'cause the shit jam now.